Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. This is all about Cemex. Yes, this is all about Cemex. In this article here, Cemex exits Panama as it concentrates on the United States. Let's read, ladies and gentlemen.
Cemex SB2CV has sold its Panamanian operations for $200 million, $31.83 billion, to Grupo Estrella as it continues its bolt-on investment strategy in its key markets, such as the United States of America, USA. The transaction was completed on October 6th and represents the second completed divestment in 2025. The deal also represented a multiple of 12 times adjusted EBITDA, earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, and amortization, for the 12 months ending August 31st.
It's a 12-time adjustment of earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, and amortization for the 12-month ending in August 31st. Let's continue. I think that's significant.
August 31st. Food lifestyle. Grupo Estrella, a family-owned industrial conglomerate in the Dominican Republic, acquired a cement plant with an installed capacity of 1.2 million tons, 2 ready-mix concrete plants, aggregates assets, and the rights to acquire additional reserves for the Panamanian operations. Cemex retained the admixtures business in Panama. These transactions are important building blocks in our strategy to rebalance our portfolio and continue investing in growth in priority markets, particularly aggregates in the U.S., said Cemex Chief Executive Officer Jamie Maguiro Dominguez in a press release. News. Brace yourselves. October 20. Cemento Bano, S.A., the operational entity for Cemex's Panamanian operations and a subsidiary of Cemex LATAM Holdings, S.A. CLH, spent $13 million during 2024 on capital expenditure related to its property, plant, and equipment. External revenue declined 5% to $125 million during 2024 as cement consumption declined following presidential elections and changes in government. 72% of Panama's revenue was derived from cement sales, 26% from ready-mix concrete, and the remainder from aggregates. Operating profit dipped by a third to $12 million, with operating EBITDA decreasing 17% to $29 million. The Panamanian business segment employed more than 2,800 employees over the last 3 years. It had $281 million in total assets. Latest news. Quartz Island total liabilities for 2024. Latest news. Cemex focuses on USA. The Panamanian divestiture is the latest Latin American transaction by Cemex as it realigns its interests to higher growth markets. The Panamanian divestiture is the latest Latin American transaction by Cemex as it realigns its interests to higher growth markets. The company completed the sale of its Dominican Republic operations to Cementos Progreso Holdings, SL, on January 30th for a total consideration of $928 million. Cemex sold its Guatemalan operations to the Holcim Group in October 2024 for a total consideration of $212 million. Cemex had previously sold its operations in Costa Rica and El Salvador to Cementos Progreso for a total consideration of $325 million in August 2022. This leaves Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, Guyana. These 4 markets are collectively referred to as Caribbean TCL, Colombia, Peru, Puerto Rico, and Nicaragua as the other main markets in SCANC, South, Central America, and the Caribbean region. Cemex's bolt-on growth strategy involves the company increasing its EBITDA growth through strategic sales and investments in core businesses and acquisitions in high-growth markets. One part of this strategy is meant to have 40% of the group's EBITDA being driven by the USA. Cemex's EBITDA contribution from the USA has moved 20% in 2020 to 29% in 2024. Following the sale of its Panamanian business, Cemex increased its interest in joint venture Couch Aggregates, LLC, which now makes it the majority owner. Cemex had a 49% stake in Couch as of December 2024, with a $55 million carrying value. Couch Aggregates is an aggregates-based business based in the southeastern United States, where it is involved in sand, gravel, and crushed stone. Cemex's USA business saw revenue dip 5% to $2.50 billion for the 6 months period ending June 30th. Operating EBITDA decreased 12% to $468 million due to lower volumes arising from increased precipitation in several markets and weakness in the residential sector. Cemex's divestitures, coupled with the move to decrease its leverage, has begun to pay off as the group received an upgrade to an investment-grade credit rating by S&P Global Ratings and Fitch Ratings during 2024. That will assist with the company's debt profile, which currently stands at $6.92 billion, with an average life of 3.8 years. These moves have also been rewarded to shareholders as the company returned to paying dividends in 2024. Cemex announced a $120 million dividend payment program in 2024 and increased it to $130 million in 2025. These dividends are paid on a quarterly basis. Cemex's portfolio rebalancing strategy is part of its broader commitment to providing the highest possible returns to its shareholders by being the best partner to its customers, having a laser-like focus on operational efficiency, and following a disciplined capital allocation strategy, the Cemex press release stated. Cemex bets on Jamaica. Cemex is betting big on its Jamaican subsidiary Caribbean Cement Company Limited, CCC, to spearhead growth in the domestic Jamaican market while also increasing exports across the region. CCC completed a $42 million $6.7 billion upgrade at its Rockfort property in June 2025 to increase production capacity. The debottleneck project was completed over 2 years with upgrades to the kiln, which was completed during the maintenance or annual shutdown program. Although the company's third quarter report has yet to be released, CCC announced that the company produced 109,682 metric tons of cement in July. The company also produced a record 93,450 metric tons of clinker during the same month. Both were record production amounts for the company and surpassed the March 2021 record, where more than 100,000 tons of cement was produced. The ongoing increase in tourism-related developments, such as new hotels and higher bagged cement sales, are the main drivers for CCC's increased sales activity. The company also exported 3,000 metric tons of cement to Curaçao in September as it continues to ramp up sales to the rest of the region. CCC previously exported 3,400 tons of cement to the Turks and Caicos Islands in September 2023. Although CCC's second quarter revenue increased 6% to $8.13 billion, the 60-day shutdown pushed the company to import lower-margin cement to satisfy the local market. That resulted in gross profit declining 60% from $3.89 billion to $1.55 billion. After accounting for higher expenses, including a step-up of 2 to 3% in royalty fees to Cemex's subsidiaries, CCC's operating profit dipped 76% from $3.11 billion to $730.78 million. The company's consolidated net profit was $543.94 million. The annual shutdown took place in the third quarter of 2024 compared to the second quarter of 2025. CCC also restarted operations at Rockfort Mineral Bath Complex Limited in August 2025 and will bring in revenue after the location was closed for an extended time. The government of Jamaica entered a 25-year lease with CCC for the reopening of this property. The facility will receive upgrades to the tune of $57 million over the next 5 years. CCC's improved earning capacity in the last 5 years and lack of debt has seen it pay increasing dividends to its shareholders. The company paid a $2.0979 dividend totaling $1.79 billion on September 16th to shareholders on record as of July 28th. CCC has paid $7.4642 in dividends since 2022, which translates to $6.35 billion paid to shareholders after a 17-year hiatus. Trinidad Cement Limited, TCL, a 69.83% subsidiary of Cemex, owns 74.08% of CCC, while Cemex Operations Mexico S.A. de CV owns 4.96% of CCC. TCL has also paid 0 Trinidad and Tobago dollars and 20 cents in dividends totaling 74.93 million Trinidad and Tobago dollars since it restarted dividend payments in 2024. TCL previously paid dividends in 2008, 2016, and 2017. Cemex is set to release its third quarter report on October 28th and have its earnings call at 10 a.m. Cemex's publicly listed subsidiaries usually release their quarterly reports in the same week the parent company's report is published. 0 comments. Make a comment. Also on Jamaica Observer. Stephen.
Thank you for the gift, Nessa. Thank you so much, my darling. Jocelyn, I see the comment. Thank you for your constructive critique. Appreciate you. Yeah, so that article for me gave me some insight as to the relationship between the Jamaican government and Cemex. And Jonas is in the real estate, isn't he? His wife is in the real estate. Public-private partners. Interesting. Very interesting. Something to keep an eye on. Now let's hear this. Let's hear this from the GenSec.
The following is a release from the People's National Party Media Unit.
This is Dr. Dayton Campbell, General Secretary of the People's National Party. I am calling on the Jamaica Labour Party to urgently clarify reports of a payment of $201,538 made to the Jamaica Labour Party by Cemex, the parent company of Caribbean Cement Company. This payment was described in filings to the United States Securities and Exchange Commission as fees, and that raises serious questions. Let me be clear. Cemex and its subsidiary have been good corporate citizens, contributing meaningfully to Jamaica's development. The PNP has no issue with legitimate political donations made in accordance with the law. However, a payment described as fees to the party in government implies compensation for services rendered. What services were provided by the Jamaica Labour Party? What was this payment in exchange for? The government must come clean with the Jamaican people and the investor community. Silence only deepens the perception that corruption has become the cost of doing business in Jamaica. The People's National Party stands firm in its call for transparency, accountability, and good governance. Jamaica deserves nothing less.
Visit our website at pnp.org.jm.
So let me get this straight. We just read an article. Cemex, going to the United States, right? Let's go to the top of the article. What's the basis of the article? Cemex exit Panama as it concentrates on the USA. In this article, it mentioned Jamaica and their expansion. I think it's Rockfort, I think it's at the bottom. Let me go back. And this is why I wanted the article, you know. And the article long, thank God for the read aloud option. But in one of these paragraphs, Jamaica was mentioned extensively. Cemex, see, it says Cemex is betting big on its Jamaica subsidiary Caribbean Cement Company Limited, CCC, to spearhead growth in the domestic Jamaican market while also increasing export across the region of the Caribbean. CCC completed a US 44 million, right? 6.7 billion Jamaican dollars upgrade at Rockfort property in June 2025 to increase production capacity. The debottleneck project was completed over 2 years with upgrades to the kiln, which was completed during the maintenance or annually shutdown program. So Jamaica is integral to Cemex, but we have to know the move into the US and the filing of all of these things. 201,500 odd USD was on their filing as payment to the JLP. Now, this is where I'm trying to say to everyone that this government, their perception of corruption index is going to be always at an all-time low. Because you see, it just so happens that this came across the PMP's desks. Who knew about this? I tell you see, God has a funny way. God has a funny way. The level of corruption in the Jamaica Labour Party, I'm telling you guys, we cannot see the big picture yet because we are not criminal minded. I did not vote for them, Dragon. I did not vote for the JLP. I never voted for them. I never voted for them. What gave you the impression that on this platform? Oh, you're new to the platform. Oh, you're new to the platform. But this is interesting. Let me listen to this again. This is very interesting. Oh my God. Wow.
Media Unit.
This is Dr. Dayton Campbell, General Secretary of the People's National Party. I am calling on the Jamaica Labour Party to urgently clarify reports of a payment of $201,538 made to the Jamaica Labour Party by Cemex, the parent company of Caribbean Cement Company. This payment was described in filings to the United States Securities and Exchange Commission as fees, and that raises serious questions. Let me be clear. Cemex and its subsidiary have been good corporate citizens, contributing meaningfully to Jamaica's development. The PNP has no issue with legitimate political donations made in accordance with the law. However, a payment described as fees to the party in government implies compensation for services rendered. What services were provided by the Jamaica Labour Party? What was this payment in exchange for? The government must come clean with the Jamaican people and the investor community. Silence only deepens the perception that corruption has become the cost of doing business in Jamaica. The People's National Party stands firm in its call for transparency, accountability, and good governance. Jamaica deserves nothing less.
Jamaica will deserve nothing less. You know why I'm smiling? I'm smiling because I can see it. All of the cover-ups. And Pastor Peter Chambers spoke about it, you know. All of the cover-ups. All of it is being revealed. There are some people that are still resisting to see what it really is. But as time goes by and more is revealed, you know, God and time, you know, the people are going to really hold the government to account, because it's just too much. It's just too much. Too much questions surround this government. We have more questions than answers. We are not confident in them at all because they are not transparent at all. It's really, really sad that this is the case, but it is. It truly is. And I want to thank the People's National Party again for their continued pressure. Again, keep your foot on. Hold this government accountable even if they don't want to be held accountable. Fight the good fight. On the walkout yesterday, well, the other day, Tuesday, I have the video up on my YouTube and also my TikTok with Mr. Ian Hills. And Ian Hills was saying it, you know, it cannot continue. This cannot continue the way it's going. The PNP were not able to ask legitimate questions about what me fix you on about this, yeah? No man. Hold on the people. Yeah man, check it here. No man, the actual that part there. The line on the back. The line, yes, I can see a bulge on the left side. Yeah, check it. Anyway, he was talking about what happened in Parliament, that they had to walk out. It was just, it couldn't, you know, it's just too much. But there was a mole, ladies and gentlemen. If you watch the original video, there was mole in the ceiling, and this is in the Parliament. What is mole doing in the Parliament? That is another health issue. When mole are doing in Parliament. You see, I want to fix things in Jesus' name. Because if mole in Parliament, you can imagine what going on in the hospital them. I passed a constituency building the other day, and when I tell you, man picture put up brawling and a big grass, the whole place look nasty. The grass then tall go to the window of the building. And when our government and a full constituency want to win in and the constituency office looks up. No, sir. Then if you can't manage on the own constituency office. What are we doing? And then we are hearing these stories here about $201,500 as a payment for a fee, payment for services rendered by the jail. What service was rendered? That cost $201,000. You don't know how much 201. Let me play it again. May I play it one more time? Let me play it again. It have to sink in, you know. It have to sink in. Let me play it again. Want to listen to this?
Visit our website at pnp.org, National Party Media Unit.
This is Dr. Dayton Campbell, General Secretary of the People's National Party. I am calling on the Jamaica Labour Party to urgently clarify reports of a payment of $201,538 made to the Jamaica Labour Party by Cemex, the parent company.
No, people, The payment was not made to the government, you know. The payment was made to the Jamaica Labour Party. We never know say a political party offer services to a company. I never knew that the Jamaica Labour Party. What type of services does the Jamaica Labour Party offer apart from serving the people of Jamaica that elected them? No, this serious. No. The more we think about it, this serious. No, wait a minute. Wait. Hold the phone. The Jamaica Labour Party is a political party. What services can a political party render to a corporate company? Aren't they supposed to be serving the people of Jamaica? Is the Jamaica Labour Party a company that yields profit from offering services to corporate entities and companies? No. We need serious clarification. This serious? I mean, think about that, you know. No, seriously, think about that. On God's green earth, Jamaica Labour Party is not a company. You know, like you have consultant service companies, economic finance companies, you have companies that offer planning, you have life insurance company. What services is the Jamaica Labour Party? What services could they possibly render? A company that makes cement. What services could they possibly render that costs 201,000 US dollars? How much that in a Jamaica? All of them people. This is rather more serious than I could have imagined. It's just sinking in, you know. It's just sinking in for me. I'm telling you, it's really just sinking in for me. Multiply this by 161. What is the figure? Wow. 32.4 million Jamaican dollars. Again, I ask the question. Let me ask a better question. Is the PNP offering corporate companies services that pay them a sum of 32.4 million Jamaican dollars? And if so, what services could a political party? I mean, this is clear corruption, you know. We don't need an explanation. What business is the Jamaica Labour Party a party that does business? Do they have an LLC? Is the Jamaica Labour Party paying taxes? Because they're offering services that cost $32.4 million. Extreme beauty. This is extremely serious. Florence Hamilton, big up. I don't understand. This is insane. Why isn't the people of Jamaica peacefully protesting and demanding that this government be removed or remove themselves? All of them need to resign. The JLP appears to be a criminal organization as a political party. What hell kind of service costs 32.4 million and you're not a company, a regular Is the Jamaica Labour Party a registered company? Florence, how you doing? Is the Jamaica Labour Party a registered company? And if so, what is their mandate of services that they offer? Do they have cost analysis? Do they have record of services rendered and payments? And are they paying any taxes? And these are genuine questions because I am ignorant of the possibilities. I don't know, and this is why I'm asking. We need clarity immediately on this. And if all and every single vlogger supposed to talk, this cannot be a 9-day wonder. It's too much now. It's too much now. This cannot be a 9-day wonder, ladies and gentlemen. I am in total shock at this point. Like, when I thought that the JLP couldn't go any lower, they found a way to go beneath the low of the low. In my opinion, this is obviously corruption at its highest form. I am so interested to hear what explanation we are going to be getting. That makes sense. That we are going to be getting from the Jamaica Labour Party. If any, can you know them go to work? Silence. And we demand no answers as the Jamaican people. The People's National Party has done their job. I am calling on the citizens of this country that believe in good governance, that believe in transparency, that believe in integrity, honesty, all of the 7 principles that should guard leadership in this country. I am calling on you guys to act on your own behalf. The PNP alone cannot do it. This is madness. I never knew. I just never knew that the JLP was a company that offers services. What is their number? Can we get a service listing and a pricing or potential high and low of each service is rendered and how much it costs, minimum and maximum? Can we get a list of the services rendered? At this point, fees for crying out loud, fees, unbelievable, wow, man. Let me know what y'all think, man. I'm out, man.